peeps! These days, the most important gadget in our lives is our phone. Yes, because our phone consumes a great deal of our time. No matter if you're a teenager, or if you're an adult, or even if you're middle-aged, your phone seems to be your first priority. It seems to be precious and it's so hard to get off it. Yes, that's a real problem. Well, yes, let's accept the truth. It's really hard to get off our phones. Sometimes we make pledges like, okay, I'm not going to touch my phone till tomorrow. But we just can't do it because we need it and we are addicted to our phones. The only way we feel connected to the world is through it. So that's the reason we all love our cell phones. Your family and friends can reach you at any time and for anything. Isn't that great? No matter where you are. But what if you're at work? What's the use of cell phone at work and how should we use it there? Are there any rules about using the cell phone at work? Do you know that we all tend to overuse the cell phone at our workplace? And this is a big no-no because your cell phone can distract you from doing your work and maybe it can even annoy your boss and your co-workers. So today I have for you 6 tips about using cell phone at workplace. And these tips are going to help you find out how, when, and where should you use your cell phone at your workplace. And they will also tell you how, where, and when you should not use your cell phone at your workplace. So this is Skillopedia, the place to learn skills for the real world, and I am Michelle. And here are some rules that you should follow when using cell phone at your workplace. So the first rule that I have for you about using cell phone at workplace is turn your ringer off. So having your phone ring loudly with Shakira's Hips Don't Lie at a meeting or a presentation is beyond embarrassing. And you may have had that experience if you don't turn your ringer off. So if you have your cell phone with you at work, don't let it ring out loud. That can really irritate people. And if you don't want to turn it off completely, then the better thing would be that at least you set it to the silent mode or to vibration. The sounds of different ringtones playing all the time can be really irritating for your bosses and for your co-employees. So make sure that you turn your ringer off next time when you're at your workplace. The next tip that I have for you is use your cell phone only for important calls. So if you have your cell phone at work, only use it for important calls. Okay, now you would want to ask me which call is an important call. So here I go. The school nurse calling to say that your child is ill is an important call. Your child calling to say he's arrived home safely from school, that is also an important call. And any of the family emergencies that you need to deal with immediately is also an important call. And these are the only calls that you should attend at work. Now let's look at what are the not so important calls at work. Your friend calling you to chat with you about your child or to chat with you about her own child is not important. Or your child calling to say that he spilled coffee on the bed, well, that's also not important. And your mom calling to tell you that your cousin Lily is getting married in a month is definitely not important. All of these calls can wait until you're done with work or until you're on a break. So I hope that now you have it clearly in your mind that which calls are important and which calls are not. So make sure that you take only important calls at work. Now sometimes we don't know if an incoming call is important because until you talk to them, how will you find out whether it's important or not? So what do we do in that case? Well, in that case, why don't you let the voicemail pick it up? What I mean here is you can let the calls that you don't pick up forward to a voicemail where people can leave their messages for you and you can listen to them later. Because listening to the messages later will not take much of your time. But if you pick up a call, it will be really hard to end the call. Sometimes it's very hard to say, hey, I need to go, I've got some work. So in that case, the best thing would be to forward your messages to the voicemail so that you don't waste too much of your time answering an incoming call. The next tip that I have for you is find a private place to make your calls. Yes, it's completely okay to use your cell phone at work for private calls during breaks, but don't do it near your desk. Find a place away from your desk to make your private calls for those personal conversations. Of course, you don't want to risk your personal conversations to become the new office gossip. You might be at a break, but remember that your co-workers are not, and it would not take much out of them to quickly turn your personal conversation or your personal information into the new office gossip. So find a place away from your desk in a secret corner where you can make your personal calls during break. The next tip is don't bring your cell phone into the washroom. Ever. I'd like to repeat myself here. Don't bring your cell phone into the washroom, restroom, toilet, whatever you call it. Don't do this ever. Please follow this rule at work and even outside of work. And you may ask me, why? Why should I not take my phone to the restroom? Well, if you need to know the answer, then you should know it now. You never know who is in there in the restroom, and the person on the other end of the call, of the line, will hear strange bathroom sounds. How do you think they'll feel when they hear toilets flushing, etc., etc.? That's just not respectful. And it's almost like you're not respecting your co-worker's privacy. And you're also not respecting the person that you're talking to. So please remember to not take your cell phone to the restroom at work. You might be invading someone's privacy. The final tip that I have for you is don't bring your cell phone to meetings. What I mean here is, let me clarify, don't bring your cell phone to meetings if you are going to use it for anything which is not related to the meeting. Now, you may have your calendar on your phone and you might need it for the meeting. And you may even use an app on your phone to take down the notes from the meeting. So if you need to have it with you for the purpose of meeting, then that's absolutely fine and you don't have much of a choice, so you will need to take your cell phone to the meeting. And you could get the phone to the meeting but with the ringer off. So this is how you can control your cell phone usage. But make sure that you do not text or check your social media news or post some status or play video games on your cell phone while the meeting is going on. Because this puts up a really bad impression to your boss. He might even see you gazing into your phone all the time and not participating in the meeting. This shows that you're not dedicated and not at all interested. So doing something like this will be a clear signal to your boss that you are indifferent and your mind is not focused on the work. So now you know for all good reasons why you should not take your phone to the meeting. So with this, we come to an end of today's session where I have shared with you 6 rules about using your cell phone at office. And I hope you don't find it very hard to put your phone away or to follow these rules at work. I will be back very soon with another session about office etiquette and office rules. See you all very soon, and I hope this turns out to be very useful for you. See you soon. Until then, you take care of yourself. Bye-bye.